it remains to be seen how much this plan without those benefits will cost. But certainly, I would expect that 4 years from now, when there's a collective bargaining agreement has expired, or I guess it's 3 years, that the FOP will ask for some enhancements of this pension.
And if I make 50,000, no, let me put it this way: so the overtime wouldn't help me when it comes to that.
Right, it would not.
It's the
and I think you've hit a point there. The reason that the overtime's not counted is there's a history in some jurisdictions of, the police officer in the year that he's scheduled to retire gets all the overtime that the department has to give, and winds up with a benefit spike, so to speak, because of that. So the reason overtime, one of the reasons overtime is excluded is, let's not get into any of that.
Thanks.
Anyone else have any other questions? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Bennett.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I would present to the board ordinance 720 or 2010 for introduction.
Okay, do I have a motion to accept 7-2010 for introduction purposes only?
So moved. Second.
Have a second? Do I have any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Okay, Kim?
Good evening. At the last meeting, I had introduced Ordinance 6-2010, Stormwater Management. This 25-page ordinance is updating our regulations as per the state. So it'll be Title 13, Chapter 13.16, Stormwater Management. As stated at the last meeting, I did place a page on the website that provides the opportunity for the public to view this document. And like I stated before, the quick summation of this includes a grandfathering clause. Those letters, Gene Minner actually has already sent out to the various developers, notifying them if they've been approved of an administrative waiver or not for their project. And an additional part to the updated regulations include redevelopment. In particular, they're reducing impervious area within the limit of disturbance by at least 50%. And then finally, the submission of plans. Previously, stormwater management plans didn't need to be submitted until the middle of the preliminary and final plan submissions. Now they will have to submit 3 plans, at concept, preliminary, and final. They'll have to do this for both stormwater management, which was what we authorized, and then they'll also have to do this with sediment and erosion, which the county does. So there'll be some joint effort between the town and the county to get these plans processed. Did you have any questions?
Questions? Okay. All right, we got a motion to accept ordinance 6-2010.
So moved.
Second? Second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion
Thank you.
carried. Thank you. Okay, the thing I have is appointment to the Board of Housing Appeals. And I'd like to appoint Gail Frederick to that board. So I get a motion to Dale Frederick. You get a motion to appoint Dale to the Board of Housing Appeals.
That's a move.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. That's all I have. Mary Jo?
I have a couple things. The house on the corner of Main Street and Delaware Avenue, Lewis, they had started, looks like they put a dumpster there and
Windows.
the windows, and now it's just been sitting with no windows and nothing.
Windows are going in.
They are going in?
You're talking about from Delaware Avenue on Main
Yes.
Street? Yeah, the windows are, if you look at the front, they're all in.
Oh,
They started working on that. We got a permit and everything.
very good. And I wanted to thank Mary McGold, Parks and Rec, her staff, Public Works, and the Police Department for the 4th of July celebration. Everything went very smooth. The large crowd got out there safely. So they did a great job again this year. And also I would like to, if possible, set up a meeting with the County Liquor Board regarding some ordinances and regulations for the outdoor container law. Michelle, I know when I called, they said if we wanted to go to a workshop or them come here, whatever we can do.
We discussed that, and that's set up prior to and presented to the county commissioners in August.
Okay, thank you. And that's all I have.
Okay.
I just wanted to ask Lieutenant Donnelly if you guys are still monitoring the Delaware plates out in Hollingsworth Manor. I rode through town, saw about 20 cars on Sunday. It just was kind of odd to see that many.
No, they are.
Okay.
It's an ongoing project.
Okay.
We do like the out-of-state tag thing that we've done before.
Yeah.
And I know I've talked to the chief and a couple of the officers several times about the motorists in the town of Elkton, how some of them are not abiding by the laws as far as stopping at stop signs, cutting through gas stations and meat lights, and actually riding on sidewalks where people are actually walking. I've noticed that in the last couple of weeks, so I want you guys to take a better look at that. That's it.
Charlie?
First of all, I want to thank Lewis for putting the cones up there at Collins and High Street. Cars were usually parking at the barber shop there, and it was difficult to basically, it was a traffic hazard right there. So we hope that will correct that problem. Thank you, Lewis. Number two, many of you know Dick Schaefer retired from Cecil County Public Schools in Cecil County. I remember when he grew up in this area playing baseball for the Kiwanis, and his father had a store here, and I just think he's been so instrumental in a lot of ways, and I just think maybe we can, as a town, come up with a resolution for his commitment to town, if that's all possible. Number three, we have the MML at Bel Air next week. That's on Thursday, 6 o'clock. And Mary Jo had alluded to the house on the corner, and I just have that here as notes that I still think there's something that we need to do as a town to identify the blight that's here on the different streets, particularly with the houses that have gone unidentified as far as needing work done. And the guy from Havre de Grace has consented to come here and have a workshop with us to explain what they do in Havre de Grace. If you ride through Havre de Grace, you don't see that same type of problem. They have a problem and they correct it.
Good. Should have them down.
So, Lois, if you will, would you try to work that out on one of the workshops? And that's it.
Who's the party that we're meeting with?
Havre de Grace, he's a code enforcement. His name is Patrick. Do you remember what his last name was?
I don't remember his last name. It's bad.
What's his name?
I'm sorry, I can't.
But you know who he is.
I know who Patrick
Okay.
is.
They do a great work down there. And sometimes, you know, you can borrow, steal somebody else's idea to make your town better. Thank you.
Charles?
I just wanted to thank the town for the opportunity to attend the MML convention in Ocean City. It was very beneficial to me, and I took advantage fully of attending majority of the workshops. Also, I'd like to thank Park and Rec for working diligently on the Delancey Village playground area to get that moving for the residents in that area. And I'd like to ask about I think it's 139 again, East Main Street, to see is there any progress going on with